Hello students, today we are going to start new chapter Africa. It is your sixth chapter. So, to the west of our India lies a large continent. On this continent there are an extensive deserts and dense forests, long and broad rivers and numerous large lakes and grasslands stretching over thousands of miles. So, our west side of our India, one continent is present. What is that? Africa. On that continent, mostly it have the deserts, forests, rivers, lakes, and it is also a thousands of mile it will stretch the area. There are certain wild animals also which we can't see in our country. The world's largest gold and diamond mines are located in this continent. What is that continent here? Africa. So, you will be surprised to know that the Africa is a cradle of the humankind. The human begins first evolved in Africa and moved to other continents. Africa, a vast plateau. Here you have a map. Look at the physical map of Africa. Here we can see the large plains in the interior of this continent. Only on the coast do we find a narrow plain. The rest of the continent is a vast plateau of varying the heights. Look for the valleys of the Nile and the Congo. There are also several mountains on this plateau. The highest peak in Africa is what? The Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. So, look at map 1 here. There are long and narrow valleys in the high plateaus. There are several lakes also in these valleys. If come to the diagram, see, you can see what? A Sahara desert. It is a big desert. And mountains, the Altas mountains. And coming to lakes and rivers, river Niger, river Volta, river Congo, and Lake Victoria. So all this we can see, the rivers, deserts and mountains. There is a region in the north where no rivers are to be seen. So in this north side in Africa there is a region, so in that we can't see any rivers there. This is the Sahara desert only. It is completely that area covered with what? The Sahara desert, which will receives the very scanty rainfall. There is only one river. What is that river? Nile, which crosses the Sahara desert there. Look for some of the large lakes on the plateau. What it is there? The lakes. Already we have seen in the map. See, Lake Victoria. It is the largest lake in Africa. It is one of the largest freshwater lakes in the world. The water will be completely fresh every time in this lake. The Nile originates from this lake. The region where the Nile has the source receives such heavy rainfall that there is enough water to flow across the desert into the Mediterranean Sea. The Nile also flows through Egypt also. This river. Most of Egypt is completely covered with what? Desert. The Nile has helped for what? Civilization to develop in this desert. The Egyptian civilization is several thousand years old. The waters of the Nile have helped to irrigate the fields of Egypt for many thousands of years. Climate. Coming to climate of Africa, if you look at Africa on the globe, you will find that the equator passes through its middle. Thus, Africa is divided into two parts. What is that? One is northern part and second one is southern part. The zone between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is the hottest region of the world. This is hardly any winter here. This is also known as what? The tropical region. These zones, what the south and north zones of the tropics experience, it will experience what? Summer as well as winter also. They are called what? Temperate regions. So far we have been talking only about summer and winter. However, these regions are very hot but receives very heavy rainfall, which have different climate from hot regions that get scanty rainfall. In map 3 you can see the distribution of rainfall in Africa. It means how the rainfall is distributing, like high rainfall, medium rainfall and low rainfall. So in this map you can see the blue color is related to high rainfall and the green is related to medium rainfall and the brown is related to low rainfall. So you can see here how it is distributing the rainfall in the different parts of the Africa continents. In the same way, in map 4 we can see that the natural vegetation in Africa, it means what is that? Forests, grasses, mountains vegetation, desert vegetation. See, first what it is? Equatorial forests. You can see here the tree type of the trees are there, so that is equatorial forests. Second is broad leaved trees and grasses. The tree type diagrams which is there in this map, there are what? The broad leaved trees and grasses, and completely it is covered with green color in the map, it is related to savanna. Next is soft grass of high plateau, and the mountains vegetation which is filled with a brown color, and the desert vegetation which is completely covered with the light yellow color. The regions with heavy rainfall. What are the regions with the heavy rainfall? A large part of Africa on both sides of the equator, it receives heavy rainfall. Look at the regions with heavy rainfall on map 3. There are in Central and Western Africa, they have very deep forests due to what? Due to the heavy rainfall and the climate differences. It completely covered with a warm climate. At the same time, the regions with moderate and scanty rainfall. Look for regions with moderate rainfall in map 3. Just before we have seen here map 3 about rainfall, right? So in that, the regions with the moderate rainfall, it surrounds the zone of heavy rainfall. In the region with moderate rainfall, it rains only in the summer, whereas it rains throughout the year in the equatorial regions. As in our country, the dry and wet seasons are distinct in the zones of moderate rainfall in Africa. Due to this moderate rainfall, tall grasses will be there. It will grow in this region. Because of that much rainfall, always it will grow the grasses. In some places, these grasses are so tall that even elephants can't hide in them. That much big trees will be there. Some trees also grow between the grasses. This region is known as what? The savanna. In diagram we have seen no savanna. So this type of regions is known as the savanna, and the different kinds of wild animals are also there in this region. We will read about them later. A very large part of Africa is extremely dry, where the rainfall is scanty or there is no rainfall at all for the several years. Almost half of the northern part of Africa is an arid region and we called it as what? Sahara Desert. Thorny bushes and short grasses grow in some part of this desert. In other parts, there are large stretches of sand, bare hills, rocks, stones, pebbles. The completely desert is covered with these things. In the south, there is another arid region called it as what? Kalahari Desert. Pictures of different areas of Africa have been shown in the beginning of the chapter, right? So, some pictures are there. Here I will show you that are the different areas of Africa. Somewhere there are dense forests in the another area, trees and grasses, they will grow together, or else there are grasses and shrubs, and in still other areas there is no vegetation at all. The people of Africa, how the people of Africa they will be? People with different languages and different lifestyles, different habits live in different regions of Africa. Since the ancient times, the people have lived in small tribes, carrying out hunting, gathering, and animal husbandry and agriculture. So, by these jobs only they used to live their life. Hunters have inhabited the equatorial regions and the deserts. The pastoralists inhabited the high plateaus and savanna, grazing their animals on the grasslands. Agriculture has long been carried out on river banks as well as on the margins of the forests. There are several cities on the coast where traders from distant countries come to the trade. Africa, Europe, and Asia. For a long time, people from other continents were largely ignorant about Africa. They have ignored this continent. Europeans were familiar only with the northern coastal regions of Africa, while the Indians and Arab traders know about the eastern coasts. Apart from these coastal areas, neither the Europeans nor the Indians or Arab traders had very much knowledge about the inside parts of the Africa. What are the regions related to inside areas? They have idea. About 500 years ago, the Europeans began their attempts to reach India by the sea route by going around Africa. Traversing the Atlantic Ocean, they used to stop over on the islands. They were apprehensive about going south of these islands. They thought it would be so hot further south that the sea would be boiling. Then in 1498, a Portuguese sailor who are there, his name is Vasco da Gama. He went around the southern tip of Africa, and after it finally he reached India. The African coast. While studying Europe, you must have noticed its broken coastal line. We have read about what the gulfs and bays of Europe. Try to recall how these helped the Europeans in their ocean travelings. Initially, when Europeans tried to go inland, many African tribes came in direct conflict with them. The Europeans who have done the unfair trade, tried to enslave the African people and sold them aboard. They wanted to establish their rule over Africa and its resources. The African people who are there, they have resisted the efforts of foreigners to establish themselves in their land. Slave trade. In the 16th century, many Europeans began migrating to America and started cultivation there. There were plenty of land in America, but not enough people to work on the fields. To fill this gap, the slave trade from America, it started. The Africans were captured and enslaved mainly from the coastal areas of Guinea as well as the Eastern Africa. The captured people were they brought to the coast and sold to the Europeans. In exchange for the slaves, the African tribal leaders accepted what? Guns, iron objects, liquor, and cloths. The slaves were greatly oppressed. Many of them died by the time they reached the ports. The ships were stuffed with slaves. There were no proper arrangements also for their food and medicine. In those days, it took several days to reach America. Many slaves did not survive the journey due to the illness and the malnutrition. Even in America, inhuman treatment was meted out to them. Despite working hard, they were not giving proper food or living quarters to them. In this manner, many millions of Africans were enslaved and taken to North and South America nearby the islands. Many lakhs of people died after they were made slaves. In the 16th and 17th century, the numerous companies were engaged in slave trade. Eventually, the slave trade ended in the 19th century and the slaves were declared free citizens in America in the year of 1860. The European colonies. Earlier, you have read about that Europeans have reached India by going around the Africa. Subsequently, these Europeans started halting after African ports. Slowly, the Portuguese and Dutch, English, French and German, they have gained the foothold in the interior and colonized these areas. The political map of Africa at the close of the 19th century is given. The regions colonized by the Europe colonies have been indicated on the map. Along with the attempts to build their colonies in Africa, the Europeans continued to explore the interiors of the continent. They started traveling to the source of the Nile in the north, in the west. They explored the entire valley of the Niger, and in the south, they moved the northernwards from Cape Town. They explored the region around the river Zambezi. The Europeans exported African timber and minerals, etc. on a very large scale to Europe. The gold and diamond mines which are available in South Africa, they still under the control of whom? The European companies only. The Zambia and Zimbabwe have the priceless mines of copper with them. This mineral has long been an important export item for them. The Europeans did not stop with the exporting the resources of Africa. They established the plantations to grow what? Tea, coffee, rubber, tobacco, all this cultivation. These products were also exported to Europe. Coming to the planetization in Nigeria, you may be fond of eating chocolates, right? They are made of with what? Cocoa, which grows in where? Nigeria. There are also rubber plantations and oil bearing palm trees are also found in Nigeria. Oil is extracted from its fruit. People reach these forests after crossing the Niger by boat to collect palm fruit. Earlier, all these trees were found in wild forests. When the demand for these increased, then the patches of forest were cleared and these trees were planted there. The rubber, palm and palm oil are being exported and this enables Nigeria to earn the foreign exchange. Plantations were started by the British, who were not satisfied with the quantity of the wild products which has been collected from the foresters. They wanted to produce more and more, and they wanted to export more and more. Most of the profit from trade of palm and the chocolates and rubber went to the British only. The Nigerian people who are worked there only as agricultural laborers. Like laborers only they used to work there. Even in our India during the British times, at that time the plantations of tea and coffee were started for trade purposes. Nigeria was under the British rule until the 1960 when it won independence. After that, the plantations and trade in plantation products, it has come under the controls of whom? The Nigerians, and they are able to benefit for this. The independent Africa and the minerals of Africa. During the last century, the African countries gained independence from the control of the European powers. The new nations came up with their own governments. Of course, many Europeans are still settled in African countries only, but slowly the African people are acquiring the control over their continent. Like land, forests, mines, and agriculture production, they are benefiting for them. Coming to the minerals of Africa, the continent is very rich in what minerals like coal, copper, tin, etc. Besides, it is perhaps the largest producer in the world of the precious minerals found like gold and diamonds. One of the main aim of the Europeans in Africa was to exploit the resources by using the labor of the Africans. Many of the countries and their companies control most of the mineral resources, even the independent African countries till date, till now also. For example, mineral oil or petroleum is the most important natural resources of Nigeria. So the Dutch companies, what they have established company and control over the oil mining and refining in the Nigeria. Since 1958, the mineral oil has been exported from Nigeria. Oil refineries have been set up at Harcourt and Warri Port. The industry is mostly in the hands of the foreign companies. The Nigerian government has only a small share in the industry. This is the same with many other minerals mined from the Africa. The foreign companies do bring in new technologies and new investments into the mining and the processing industries, and they are creating the employments for the people who stay in the local area, and however they use cheap labors to gain the more profits, which are taken away from the African people. Most of these companies are also careless about the environment and protection of environment. So by this they caused the damage to the natural environment. This has affected the quality of land and life of the people. So here you have map 6. What is that? Countries of Africa. In this African continent, what are the countries are there? You can see in this map. So by these, your chapter, Africa chapter is finished, 6th chapter. In next class, we will start with new chapter.